Okay, we're starting a new league here with Bant Living End. Here's the deck. I'm experimenting with several cards. We have one Flare of Denial main, one Commandeer main. We're playing a Colossal Sky Turtle, Type Nothrax, and Press the Enemy. Those are kind of the experimental cards right now. There's probably a more streamlined version that doesn't play as many one-ofs, but that's what I'm trying right now. We'll see how it goes. Sideboard, we have Lockdown as an experimental piece right now against a variety of decks. Sanctity is a way to try to slow down Belcher. Inevitable Betrayal for decks that have big creatures in them. Mystical, obviously, a second Commandeer for the One Ring, 2 Foundation Breakers, 1 Force of Vigor, 2 Teferi, 1 Boseiju, also for the Belcher matchup to attack their lands. I made a deal with myself that if we 5-0 the league or Bitcoin hits $100,000, I will play with Dank Living End for a league. The last week, this hand's not the best, but it has 2 lands and it has Cascaders and Cyclers. And Living End's not a totally dead draw because we have Press the Enemy in the deck. I'm going to keep this in the dark. Hedgemage could do some work finding our third land. We also have Subtlety to protect us if he's doing anything too crazy. And he starts off with a land that makes me think he's playing some sort of green Belcher deck. So we're going to want to find a Force Negation very quickly. Unfortunately, we're not in terrific control of our hand right now, and it just got worse. Why couldn't he be 1 card further down? I'm a firm contender that Living End's worst matchup is its own deck. Not drawing a land there kind of stinks. However, drawing the Force was amazing. We're going to Force Cycle. We're not worried about Blood Moon because this person would be killing their own lands, basically. So we're going to get the Breeding Pool. Unfortunately, we can't get Hallowed Fountain. Pay the 2 life and pass the turn back. If this is the deck I think it is, then our life total doesn't matter at all. Botanical Sanctum isn't something I'm used to seeing out of them, so never mind, we're not playing against Belcher. I did play against a red and I believe green Belcher deck a few days ago with goblins in it. Okay, this appears to be Primeval Titan. He has 3 lands here, so he's probably pacting for a Dryad. Let's see what we draw. Yes, we definitely want to force pitching Ardent Plea. Don't likely need 3 Cascade spells. Because I don't have a third land here, I would Subtlety a Dryad. Fortunately, he doesn't play one. Well, that's not good. And I still don't know what we're playing against. I've been out of the loop when it comes to Modern. I really only know the top decks and how they work. I'm not well tuned to how these kind of lower tier combo decks are going about their business. This is just a value spell, I think. Okay, this is some sort of Underworld Breach deck? Not drawing a land is bad, however drawing a commandeer may be good. Hopefully he goes for a One Ring here. If he plays another Pact, I will not commandeer it because that would kill me. Oh my goodness. No surgicals in your main deck, please. There's an argument to be made I should be going for that Abundant Harvest. However, I think he has the One Ring in his deck, and I want Commandeer for that. Straight Earth could be anything. It could even be a land. If his graveyard ever matters, we've got it covered. And if I ever do use this Commandeer, I'm going to pitch both Arden, please. That's what we wanted to see. Surprise. We almost drew a third one. Alrighty. We're pretty well protected here. I mean, we could Subtlety and Commandeer. Or Commandeer and Endurance. I will not Subtlety, or I will not Commandeer that because the trigger will kill me. Oh, this is Neobrand. A Neoform deck. Okay, if this is play, what happens? Alright, so it comes into play and it's a 4-4. What happens when I attack? He takes 8, blocks this, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Not good enough. Wait, you may exile 2 green cards from your hand. I mean, he can probably play it again, but we're trading 2 cards for 4 cards out of his hand at that point. And also, it's going to the top. Oh. Well, we really don't want to commandeer that. Golly. Alright, how bad is this Allosaurus Rider for us? It's just a creature, right? And now he sacks it for Grizzlebrand. Neoform. We can take over that. And he also has to pay a ton of mana, so all we have to do is not lose on this turn. Yeah, he can't pay any of the mana. Alright. Well, I'm thoroughly confused. Modern is not what I was expecting it to be, especially in the friendly leagues. So he wins with Grizzlebrand. Which means he has Grizzlebrand in his deck. The question is, how many does he have in his deck? Two Grizzlebrands. So even if we take one of them, and also this. So unfortunately, because he has 2 Grizzlebrand instead of 1, we can't rely on using Inevitable Betrayal to take his win condition and beat him down with. So we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. I think I want the Boseiju there. And my reasoning is there might be a turn where we can't. The question is, how many searchable lands does he play? He plays 2 breeding pools, so he can go get 1. So the extra Boseiju actually doesn't do anything. Unless he plays both breeding pools. We're assuming he's on a deck like that one we just looked at. Subtlety. I don't think endurance matters. I don't think Titan Rex matters, and it's not blue. We have 2 Commandeers in our deck now. So I'm very concerned with cards being blue. I mean, does subtlety matter? Take out a Riverwinder and 1 subtlety. Because, yeah, his deck is full of creatures, but they're just incidental. Well, that's yet another living end in our opening hand. Going back to the last match, which I forgot to record. If he tries to go off too early, this Commandeer can ruin his day. He needs to have enough lands to pay for his packs in order to combo against this hand because of Commandeer. Or maybe he doesn't. I might be totally wrong. If he has Pact of Negation for the Commandeer, then it doesn't matter. But if he uses a Summoner's Pact on a turn that we have some sort of counterspell, then that's no good for him. The question is, do I cycle this Curator or do I just Hedge Maze on turn 1? I'm leaning towards the Hedge Maze. Because even though my deck is mostly blue, I'm not guaranteed to draw more blue cards. And I absolutely must have 2 at all times. At least once he has a creature in play, I must have 2. Besides Commandeer. That's a good draw. That's another good draw. That's the 3rd good draw. You know what I mean. You can argue I should have kept the Otawara up. But I didn't think he was going to combo this turn without a creature on turn 1. Does he play any 1-mana creatures? No, so never mind. I don't think Otawara bouncing something's ever going to come up. So I'm going to keep all my mana available without hurting myself. I probably could have countered that preordain for free. However, I'm just looking for one big fight. I'm not looking for incremental fights. Well, I need Street Wraith. Because I still need a white source for this Cascade spell. I'll take the damage now. I could potentially cycle and double mystical if I need to. I can cycle double mystical and commandeer if I need to. Let's subtlety that if we can. Well, now we can combo next turn. So I'm actually going to use a mystical. That was insanely bad. I should not have cycled that Curator. I could have Commandeer as well as Mystical up instead of just Mystical. However, now I have the knowledge that I can combo next turn. Oh no. I've done it now. I think I just gave him the win. I should not have cycled. I do not have my head screwed on right now. He's got one turn to kill me. I don't think he can do it though, because he needs to exile 2 cards to cast the Allosaurus Rider, which would be his entire hand. Yeah. Alright. That was foolish, but we escaped. We have a match! And we have another Living End in our opening hand. However, we have a Subtlety, and a Waker of Waves, and a Force of Negation, and a Cascade spell. So, even though this is effectively a Mold of 6, this is a very good Mold of 6. Against Slimp. I don't recognize that name. Oh, please be the mirror. Living End mirrors are my favorite thing. The last couple matches I was kind of dry, so we'll try a slightly different personality in this match. Let me know which one you like better. This looks like some sort of Hollow Vine deck, maybe, or a Burning Inquiry deck, since he played a Blood Crypt and did nothing, and cycled a Street Wraith. We're definitely going to go get a green, Troll of Khazad-dûm. Is this Jund Living End? Raucous Theater. Which one is that? Okay, it's the black-red Surveil Land. His graveyard's pretty good now. So what do we do? And he can sacrifice a creature in response to a Living End. I mean, I think I want a second green mana in case we draw Endurance, because drawing Endurance looks like it would be really good. So in most cases, I would go get a white mana there, but because we already have a Cascade spell and I want to draw Endurance, I'm getting the second green. I will graveyard that. And I don't care about this thing resolving. I'm going to kill it. Maybe that's a mistake. However, the onus is still on him. Phoenix. Bestow. We'll pop his graveyard out here. We'll pop my graveyard out too. Mishra's Bauble. What is he doing over there? This is a very interesting deck. Very unique. I don't like fear of missing out. So I'm going to get rid of it for 2 reasons. And I think I'm actually going to pitch this Force. Because all of his threats so far have been creatures. And I don't like this card. not hurting myself, but unfortunately, because I didn't draw a land on the last turn, I don't have a choice. There we go. He hasn't played any graveyard interactions, so I'm feeling like a dummy for taking out the living ends. But this was an experimental sideboard plan. I'm not going off of any guide or predetermined sideboard plans. Plus, inevitable betrayal is more fun. Joke's on you, buddy. This is going to make his Dragon's Rage Channelers really big. Unfortunately, I have to do this to save life. He'll have 2 3/3s. No, I did this wrong. I should have let Surveil resolve. What a fool I was. And I'm actually going to also... He's going to take this card, so I might as well dig for a land. Oh no. I can't even suspend that. He should take Shardless Agent because there's lands in my deck that don't allow me to cast it. Such as Island. Actually, that's the only one. Never mind. What? If anyone's got any idea why he scooped, go ahead and comment, because I have no idea. Wow. All right, I think we're going to wrap it up there for the day. Thanks for watching.